Naming how we feel matters. It's a super important part of healing. But what I'm going to dare to say is that learning how to feel what we feel matters even more. And I think that's such a hard concept to feel what we feel, right? And I know for me, I can still struggle with it at times. And so today I want to talk a little bit about emotional sensing. Um, and if you struggle with tuning in, interoceptive awareness, tuning in and noticing the physiological sensations that are arising. If you struggle with that, hang with me because I have a practice that I want to give you that it can be almost a bridge of sorts. And so just for a moment, I do want to, there's something, I just for a moment want to chat about one thing. I'm not going to go super lengthy with my chatting, but it's really important to know with the work of emotional sensing, emotional processing, we are not at all downplaying the emotion. So the rage that I feel right now is valid. The deep sadness that I feel right now is valid. The anxiety that I feel is valid. And I'm not downplaying it at all by taking time to pause and be with those emotions, right? So if I do not want the sadness, the rage, and the anxiety to start to leak out into all areas of my life, if I do not want the rage, the anxiety, and the sadness to start to impact my relationships and the people that I love, I have to actually be with it. Because if I don't take time to be with it and to actually feel how it feels in my system, it will start controlling my life. And this is true for all of us. And that's when we start to see things come up like emotional eating, lashing out on our loved ones, struggling to get up and going. All right. So again, valid, right? And our emotions are so important. They're messengers, right? They're messengers and they're so important. And we want to approach them with neutrality, right? Rage is not bad, right? We want to approach it with neutrality. Sadness, not bad. Maybe I don't like feeling that way, but not bad. Neutrality, even anxiety and shit. There we go. It's like the anxiety is a hard one, but it's not bad. And when we can approach it with neutrality, we can start to process. All right. So emotional sensing, noticing how we feel it in our system. That's a somatic work, like physically feeling it in the system. So I'm going to give you some examples. We are all different. I felt so much rage, sadness, and anxiety over for quite a while, actually. And so the rage for me, and I'm going to do my best, like to really describe how I feel it in my system, how it shows up for me. It feels first tightness in my chest. My chest gets very tight internally, like super tightness in my chest. If I was going to give it a color, it would be red. Okay. I sometimes can feel like my chest is going to burst open and just like kind of explode open. Sadness, usually I'm feeling it in my throat. It's a pit in my throat. And I've lately noticed I can feel it in my belly as well. Sadness feels really heavy to me. There's a heaviness. If I was going to give it a color, it would be a blue. Anxiety is interesting. Anxiety shows up in different ways for me, usually paralyzing. I feel super paralyzed when I have anxiety. It's like my everything feels paralyzed. I can't even really think clearly. And my whole system is just trying to protect and contract, and it feels really paralyzed. I said that multiple times. So there you go. Um, those are some of the ways that I feel those emotions in my system. And so if I'm going to be with them, it doesn't actually require a lot of time. I don't have to be with them for like 10 minutes. All right. I don't have to be with them for 20 minutes or an hour. I can be with them for a moment at a time and it totally counts. I don't have to sit in total silence and be like, I'm feeling sadness. I can actually be walking. I did that the other day. I had a deep pull of anxiety on me. And I'm walking. And as I'm walking, I'm noticing where I feel the anxiety in my body, what it feels like. What color is this what is color is anxiety? And I'm just like with it. And I did some gentle 4-6 breathing, just inhale 4, exhale 6. And I have a calm reset practice. I don't know if it'll be done by the time I'm done this. I'm working on it at the same time. So I will be putting it, I'll make it accessible on my YouTube. And I did my gentle 4-6 breathing. And man, I'm gonna tell you, the release I felt. I didn't even notice it in that moment, but by the time I got to the end of the day and I'm like in the shower and I'm looking back at my day, I'm like, oh my gosh, that anxiety did not control me. I named it. I was neutral with it. I noticed where and how I was experiencing it in my system. And I just did a little bit of breath work. And I didn't put a big expectation on myself. Okay. That is somatic healing. And so I wanted to give that over to you. That is real, if that's accessible to you. If you're like, Eileen, but how? I don't like if you're like, but how do I feel that in my system? That's still not making sense to me. If that's you, I want to give you a little practice you can do. So sometimes it can be challenging to access the interoceptive awareness, the ability to tune into what's happening in our body, right? And that takes time. It's something that we learn how to do, just like any new thing. So it will come with time. And a nice bridge can be starting with external sensation. And so the little practice I'm going to give you, I just want you to take your hands, all right? You take both hands, or you can take one hand and rub it on a leg. You're just going to start to rub your hands together. So if you hear a little rubby sound, I'm rubbing my hands together. I just want you to create a little bit of friction, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heat. Go ahead and keep doing it. You can rub really vigorously. If you've been feeling some anger, maybe you're rubbing really hard. Create that friction, create that heat. I want you to keep going just a little bit longer. And then when you feel like there's enough friction, there's enough heat, then I want you to let the hands go, maybe palms up. And just notice whatever you feel in your hands. Notice any sensation, any buzzing, any tingling, any lingering warmth. Just be with it for a moment. All right. So that's more external sensing, but it's the bridge to being able to sense internally. So I would start with that. The other way you can do it, and I'm not going to do it right now because it's really loud, but you can take your hands and you can clap them together, like really, really just a lot and loud, right? So you create, right? Sensation in the hands, and then you take them apart and you feel and you notice. That's a really great starting point to be able to, over time, go towards the internal sensing. So I truly hope that was helpful for you. This is all stuff that I'm moving through right now. I'm doing my practices. I'm noticing what's coming up for me. I'm taking time to be with it. Doesn't have to be a lot of time or long amounts of time, right? Consistency is more important than length of time. So little bits done consistently is how we regulate. It's how we heal. And if you're healing your relationship with food, this will absolutely impact your ability to have a more easeful relationship with food, because when we're doing this type of work, we're creating safety in the system. And safety is the first step towards authentic food freedom. Safety within our system is the first step towards food freedom. So I truly hope this is helpful for you. If you found anything in this helpful at all, definitely subscribe. And I have more practices coming your way. And again, just thanks for hanging out with me.